Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Solomon Scott Selections here for Monday, August 30th. We're getting today's play of the day. Quick recap of what I'm going to say. We had a really tough loss with the Patriots, -3 at -110 on FanDuel. Probably the worst beat, if not one of the worst beats in all of preseason. Patriots were up 8 with 2 minutes to go and the ball in plus territory. 2nd and 5. Giants had no timeouts, which means either get 5 yards in 2 plays and the game's over, or you end up punting after taking a couple of knees, and you force the Giants to go about 85 yards in 20 seconds. Instead, Belichick took 2 knees, and you're assuming they're going to punt. He brought out the backup kicker to attempt a 54-yard field goal, and of course, the backup kicker, no chance he's making that, so he missed it. Giants got the ball back with about 27 seconds left. All we need to do is avoid a touchdown, and the Giants completed a Hail Mary with 8 seconds left and lost the game by 2. So Bill Belichick, the greatest football coach of all time, had one of the worst clock management decisions I've ever seen in my life. I know he's trying to get reps for his guys in preseason, but that made no sense. And the Giants ended up doing just enough with the Hail Mary to beat us, but to lose the game overall. So, brutal beat there, but it happens in sports. Look for a bounce-back winner here on Monday. And it's a pretty quiet card, only baseball for the main sports, but there is the start of the U.S. Open in tennis, and we're going to be looking at a matchup that's going to be taking place at around noon Eastern time. It's going to be between John Isner and Brandon Nakashima, 2 Americans. And for this matchup, we actually like the underdog. We like Nakashima plus 1.5 sets at -130 on DraftKings. A time recording of 2:30 a.m. Eastern time. Couple reasons why I like the underdog in this spot to make a pretty solid push here for an upset. First of all, these guys have played against each other twice this season, and Nakashima has fared pretty well. Nakashima won the first meeting in Mexico in straight sets, and then he ended up losing the second matchup against Isner in Atlanta, which is Isner's backyard, 7-6, 7-5. So Nakashima's really given Isner a hard time over the last couple of months, and Isner, we know that he was never exactly a mobile guy in the first place because of the fact that he's roughly 7 feet tall. But since he's 36 years old, he's had a couple of injuries to his legs over the years. The movement's simply not there. And Isner has been doing pretty well over the last couple of weeks. He ended up making a decent run in Toronto. But I do think that for playing a 3 out of 5 set match, I expect Isner to have a really hard time moving around. He might look sharp for maybe the first set or two, but Nakashima's 20 years old. He's well-conditioned, clearly the better or the more fit player in this matchup. And Isner has done a fair share of dropping sets. He ended up dropping at least 1 set in each of his first 3 matches in Cincinnati. And I do think that could be a problem against Nakashima because he's going to need to win 3 out of 5. And if you're going to be playing a match that's 2 to 3 hours plus long, maybe more, maybe a 5-setter, I do trust the younger guy to stay fit and to win at least 2 sets in this spot. So the play of the day, which I mentioned, was plus 1.5 sets. Just to reiterate, another way of saying is Nakashima to win at least 2 sets in this matchup. But Nakashima is very, very good at returning. And I do think that even though Isner, of course, has the best serve in the entire tour, arguably of all time, we know how bad Isner is at returning. And Nakashima has done I'd say a solid job of serving with Isner's trying to defend. And Nakashima has definitely put some pressure on Isner's service games in the past. I think you'll see a very close match. I think it could go to an absolute war. But either way, the fact that Isner, who I'm sure a lot of people have heard of for mainstream tennis fans, or even just for casual tennis fans, and Nakashima you have not heard, there's a reason why money's been pouring in on Nakashima in the couple of hours leading up to the actual match. And it's because people like me think Nakashima has a great chance to actually win the match. But to play it safe, I think he'll win at least 2 sets. I think Isner will start off early and fade, and I do think that Nakashima will force Isner to run around the court where fatigue and some potential leg issues might be in the future for Isner. So for that reason, the play of the day once again here for Monday, August 30th, is going to be on Brandon Nakashima plus 1.5 sets at -130 on DraftKings. Bye, everyone.